the crocodile over here. See how huge this is. See how close this is? Yeah, I've never been this close to a crocodile in my life. See how huge this is. See this? You can find this in Darwin. You can see over here that the crocodile has no leg. Let's see how huge this is. See this? And this will eat you alive. I mean, this is something amazing. I love it. And that's the whole package. I mean, this crocodile has 500 kilos. You can also grab yourself one of those tickets and you can go see the crocodile in a different version. You can see this. You see this? So it's massive. Drop the net into the water. So you come in, So huge distance. See how big this is? See how the crocodile's non-reactive to the people. See the crocodile just standing around. That's incredible. See his body. See how big it is. See his scales. See how big this cylinder is. And the crocodile can jump over that. In terms of if it was a cylinder where it was halfway and it was open at the top, obviously the crocodile can jump over. See this now. I need the crocodile to swim down here. See this? So here you go. That's amazing. I think throughout the day they have the cylinder come into the water because people are getting for this in terms of experience. I see they give $200 to go into the water right there. I'll get the same experience right here. See how close this. See how close the crocodile is. I mean, it's just a mob.
Yes, you can't say that. haven't any double stand yet.
Yeah. Probably take a big breath before you go down if you need to enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. I was going to take a million so that we're happy with it. Yeah. So big. It's cool. It's cool to see like this from underwater.
Yeah. Think about like
Oh, that is such a cool photo. Look how cool that looks.
fun, guys.
It'd be cool when they send me out super tires and stuff here in Canada.
So what you can do is you go in the cage, you go in the water, and you get somebody to record you while you're having the experience. I realized a couple before had somebody taking photos of them, or they'll make the person, or I'd give my phone so that they can record me. Otherwise that's more than photos in this scenario. See this crocodile over here sunbathing. It's a tank over here. This crocodile over here is a baby one, although this crocodile has been inside that spot for about 6 minutes now, and it's going to go up for some fresh air now. So he puts his nose just above the water to get some fresh air. I mean, what goes down must come up. And you can see this one here is the bigger one. It's a stingray. See two stingrays. See two stingrays side by side. I noticed that stingrays must keep moving, and they can never be still. They can never be still too long. I mean, they have to move around. I mean, all fish have to move around. See the tail from the stingray? Or should that's what killed Steve Irwin? I mean, that tail looks like it's the tail looks like it's a noodle, and that it can never straighten and kill anything, although it's also a knife. I mean, it's so sharp that the stingray can pull it straight, and you can just, the stingray can direct the tail to go into the heart of anybody. I mean, if you didn't know this, that is how the stingray kills its fish. I mean, the stingray uses the tail to kill everything. So what the stingray can do here is put that tail into the fish. Do you understand? I mean, the stingray uses the tail to just poke anything with it. I mean, inside it's like razor sharp. I mean, inside the tail of the stingray is razor sharp, and it's like a blade.
boy, sweetie. Good boy. A nice big one. Big up. Up. Alright, you worked hard. Good boy. Good job, mate. Alright, matey, we are at time. Say goodbye to the window.
Lift the cage. It's surrounded by steel and a fence to prevent people from jumping in. It's amazing here in Darwin. You can see how the water is so warm at the moment, and the crocodile is just sunbathing at the moment and relaxing. Although the crocodile has to put up with this all day long, and many people will be in that cage, and the cage will drop in, and the same rotation all day long. I see the crocodile has to do this always, and you see how the crocodile is really in a small space all day. You can see how the crocodile is very depressed because it has to live in this kind of spacing. See, she opens the top of the cage, and that cage is the same cage that goes underneath the ocean to see the great whites as well. So this is all a new experience over here. See, in Darwin, it's always very hot. I know today it's around 31 degrees. See, that's Mitchell Street right there. In Darwin, you'll find Mitchell Street right there, and that's the main street where all the clubs are and all the pubs. And so is the Crocodile Farm that you see here. And also you have 3 hostels nearby here. You can see these guys. See the quarter. See the. I realize that this may have been taken some while ago, although I could say the crocodile has just been placed into this photo, although that is not the real photo, although they just make it look like these guys are with the crocodile. You can see the crocodile's alive. You can see the crocodile will chop them to pieces. See, this is where they feed the fish. See fish feeding. You can see they always feed the fish on top of the aquarium. You can see the stingray there. I'm going to say that's one of the largest species of stingray in Australia. And also, I found out that the barramundi, I realized the barramundi up to 80 centimeters long is a male, and after 80 centimeters in length, it turns female. So they grow up to 1 meter and 80 centimeters, although after 80 centimeters, all barramundi fish turn female from male. I realized they're all born male, and then after 80 centimeters of length, they grow into females. Oh, that's so interesting. They turn male and female. Would you be able to spray the hose on the crocodile?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. I've never seen that in my life.
He likes it.
Ah. I can see how the crocodile closes its eyes.
Yeah.
So it's very smooth. I can say it's a beautiful temperature for the
Yeah,
crocodile to be in the
Yeah.
tank.
She's coming up soon.
What was that?
I think she's a little bit jealous. She's coming over.
I see. Is that crocodile the baby of the...
No, she's actually his girlfriend,
I see.
and she's 50 years old and he's 40.
I see, he's 40 and she's 50.
Yep, she's older than him.
I see that.
She's fully grown.
I see.
Females don't grow as big as the males.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
There is a special reason for it. So the females can eventually become a mother. So being a smaller crocodile, that allows them to fit up on top of the nest a little bit better, and they can rush up onto the land a lot quicker to defend the nest of babies.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So she is actually the scariest crocodile that we have in this whole park.
You can say this one here.
What's that?
You can say this one.
No, Kate.
I
She's
see.
the scariest.
You said the scariest.
Scariest.
I see the scariest
Yeah.
one. You mean the mother?
Yep.
I would find the larger crocodiles really scary.
She's worse.
I mean,
Quicker than him.
I see she's really quick.
And when she's laid her eggs, they're really, really protective mothers. So she'll do anything to protect the babies.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, the father would probably eat the babies.
So that's why when she lays her eggs, we actually have to take the eggs away before he gets to them.
I see. Yeah. I mean that's the same as the lion. In terms of the lion,
Yeah.
the male lion eats
Yeah.
the cubs.
Yeah, there's lots of animals that will do that actually. But it's quite interesting that the mother still cares for them after they're hatched, because with a lot of reptiles, like with your snakes and lizards, they just lay the eggs, and then once they've hatched, the babies go off and survive on their own. But for the first few months of a crocodile's life, they actually stay nice and close to their mum, and she comes bring them food and carries them in the mouth and the water and everything.
So that's amazing. And how long do crocodiles live overall?
In captivity, they have been known to live over 100. So I think think some of them will live to about 124. However, out in the wild, 70 to 80 would be a really good age.
You would say this is a saltwater or freshwater?
Saltwater frog.
I mean, they call alligators saltwater. Is that correct?
So the reason why these guys are called saltwater crocodiles is because they have the ability to get rid of the salt from their body, so they can flush it out of the system. However, they are actually a freshwater animal.
I see.
So lots of other crocodiles also have that ability, but they get the name saltwater croc because they are one of the only crocodiles that can withstand such a high amount of salt. So not many other crocodiles will be found venturing out to the oceans where these salinity levels are quite strong.
Do you ever find crocodiles swimming from Brisbane and Darwin to Sydney?
There was actually, I'm not too sure, to Sydney did you say? No, I don't think they go over that way because it's too cold.
I see.
So they're only found in the Northern Territory and far north Queensland here in Australia.
I see.
But these saltwater crocodiles also go all the way up to Papua New Guinea. So sometimes they have been tracked travelling from the Northern Territory all the way to Papua New Guinea. And there's been crocs that have been relocated from the Darwin harbour to Queensland and have actually made their way back here. So they've got really good homing sense.
You mean from Darwin Harbour in Sydney to
No,
Queensland?
Darwin Harbour.
I
here.
see.
So here to Queensland.
You would believe from Papua New Guinea they'll probably go to Asia from that point.
I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I mean, there's probably crocodiles in Asia.
Yeah, there's different species.
I see.
So they've got a lot more. I think the saltwater crocodiles only go as far as Papua New Guinea though.
I mean, the saltwater ones are stronger than the freshwater.
Yep. These guys are a lot larger, and they are one of the most aggressive and territorial species of crocodile. So with our freshwater crocs, they don't get to be as big, and they're actually quite timid and shy. So if you do happen to find yourself in their territory, more than often they just swim away. They don't really enter that fight mode, whereas these guys, it's not always to do with eating you, it could just be you're in their territory.
And what do you feed the animals in terms of the crocodiles?
These guys, usually chicken, beef, they get organs, they get a mix of everything really, because out in the wild their diets, it varies quite a lot because they're very opportunistic, so they tend to just eat what's available and what they can take down. So for them, their diet is pretty easy. Your freshwater crocodiles, on the other hand, they're not as big and as powerful as these guys, so they've also got slender jaws, and they're designed for taking down mainly fish and small crustaceans, so their diet is a little bit more specific than these guys.
Where do you find these crocodiles the most in Australia in terms of one habitat or area in Australia? I mean like a lake or something or a river?
These guys are pretty much found in all of our waterways up here in the top end. So beaches, further out into the ocean, some waterfall areas, freshwater streams, rivers, especially in our rivers like the Adelaide River and things like that. So they can pretty much make their way into any water system.
Yeah. That's amazing to have crocodiles in Australia.
Yeah.
How do you feel working here?
I love it.
You love it here?
I love crocs. They're so cool.
Did you have a side hustle where you go do something on the side after this?
I actually have a second job. I work for an animal shelter, so I work with dogs and cats, which is a big change from these guys.
I see, and do you do some personal development on the side with yourself and on that nature?
Not particularly. I'm still studying to work with captive animals and just furthering the studies at the moment. But
So,
yeah.
I would say it's amazing. Although you have to work on yourself every day and you have to always have a better mindset. And do you look at becoming a public speaker or something like that?
No, not particularly. I think the shows that we do here is enough for me.
You guys seriously have to come here in Darwin and check out all the nice, beautiful, amazing scenery going on. You can see this nice, beautiful crocodile over here, which is a statue. Although you can see representation of that, and it's a dinosaur. Although we'll understand over here, you'll find these beautiful you find a baby crocodile. You go on top of the water, you can actually look at the crocodile right here. See the crocodile right here. See they looking at you. So that's amazing. See a little baby crocodile. Where'd you go? What are you doing today? What are you doing today? See how they are. See crocodile farm. You can go this way. Let's just see. See some crocodiles over here. Toilets over here. You can go upstairs. I don't know what's happening over here. Although I see this is locked. This is the way out. I don't know. Can probably go around. You can see meat reptile show over here, and they have a nice beautiful chairs. There you go. See reptiles this way. See a crocodile right here. So the crocodile swims down. Swim around straight into the bowl. See the baby crocodiles over there. See the crocodiles over there? See the baby ones? Just seeing with each other. And there's going to be a reptile show over here. Let's see over here, in the toilet. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. You see this one? See this one? See this crocodile room? I mean, right in the toilet. I mean, where else will you find this one other than the toilet in Darwin? I mean, do you understand what I mean? I mean, you can see a toilet over here. You find yourself a crocodile right next to the toilet. You sleeping? I'll show you something. You guys have to understand that these wild animals have to be in the wild and never like this. See the crocodile sleeping in the shade and next to a waterfall, because guess what? You can understand that the waterfall is going to make some noise in the shade, and you can say it's a nice way for the crocodile to sleep. You can see the eyes. See the crocodile's eyes right here. I can see the crocodile looking at me. I mean, right next to me, in the toilet. I mean, in the toilet. I found the crocodile in the toilet. I mean, when you look at it this way, you can see the teeth. You can see the teeth right here. I mean, you see that? I mean, that crocodile is so big. Oh. You can see this glass over here is bulletproof. I mean, it's that thick. I mean, this glass is that thick, and it's bulletproof. As this can smash it and go inside, so they put a bulletproof glass so that when this tries to smash the window, I mean, there's no chance that the crocodile will stand a chance. I mean, every time you see any type of glass where it's a zoo and it's underground and you see water there, I promise you that's all bulletproof glass, and the glass is this much, and even more than that. Although you'll understand that you need stronger glass to make sure that the water never spills through either. This crocodile sleeping. I mean, do you see me? Do you see me? You see me? And that's huge. That's huge. See a crocodile looking at me. I mean, the crocodile has eyes right there. Although you understand that the crocodile's eyes, I mean, it has something to glaze over the eye, which the crocodile sees through the water with its lenses. I mean, that's an eyeball right there. I mean, that eyeball is like a stone, I swear. I can see it right there. Mucho better. It's gone. It's gone now. See the crocodile's gone. See how scary that is. I'm not afraid, although I understand that this crocodile is so big. And it's a huge crocodile. You don't want to mess with that one. I love you, bro. You guys have to come to Darwin, and you have to honestly come and see the crocodiles over here one time in your life. Oh, shit's worth it. I love that video. I love it.
So we have trained our crocodiles with a feed routine. So their brains are about the size and shape of a walnut. So it's really not that big at all, but it does absorb a whole lot of information. So these guys are super intelligent, really switched on animals. So what we do with our feed routines is we get them to kind of come on up towards us. Obviously Dana's there because she's keeping an eye on Axel to make sure he's not going to lunge out at anybody. And we get them to feed on the land if we can. But yeah, Axel's wanting to stay in the water today, and that's alright. But he was super hungry as well. So our keepers have backed out of the pen. Never turn your back on a crocodile. And you got to always make sure you plan your exits just in case you need to get out of there. So that's why we have our thump stick. It is just to put some distance between yourself and the crocodile if it was going to come forward at you, so that the other person can escape, you drop the stick and go out the other exit. So next to Axel, we have Wendell. Wendell's a pretty special crocodile because he is missing a limb. So he is actually a three-legged crocodile essentially. And with our crocodiles, when they lose a limb or something like that, they can actually stop the blood flow from that injury and actually take themselves to a much quieter place and start to heal that over. So you'll see some nice scar tissue if you have a good look at it. Some nice scar tissue healed over. There's some scar tissue on his tail as well, a bit of a bite mark there. So he has been in the wars in the wild. And that lost limb doesn't impede him whatsoever. It does make him a little unbalanced sometimes, but it's not painful or it doesn't slow him down at all, because basically a crocodile's main form of propulsion is their tail. If he was to lose that tail, he's pretty much over and done with, because that tail is what they use to hunt, is what they use to propel themselves in and around the water. So that's basically their livelihood. It's how they hunt. So losing a limb or two, it's not too bad, but it is much safer for him in captivity. He's not getting harassed anymore. And this guy's actually the biggest crocodile we have, so he is 5.5 meters long. He's not the heaviest, Bert's the heaviest. He's about 900 to a ton. So he's a really big boy. We were repainting all of our pens recently, and it took 9 people to move him because he's a super stubborn crocodile as well. So once we moved him out, he had a good snap and a pig leg as well, which he totally did not need, but just to get him out of his pen, he had to be enticed a bit. So they're essentially like our puppy dogs as well, but on a much more ferocious scale. So again, when we're training them, we're making sure that we're reinforcing good behaviours and things like that. So let's take a wander down. We'll get our keepers to set up the crocodile that they'll leave. Darwin, and he was taking down cattle, not to eat them, he was just taking them down for fun. So again, shows you that different side to our crocodiles. And he's actually named after the station hand at the Finistrim station, a bit of a joke there. And he is a really sneaky crocodile. Crocodiles are ambush predators, but this guy, if you watch him on the Cage of Death or when we do our feed shows, he's super sneaky, he'll sneak up on anything. And he thinks that we can't see him, so he's kind of underwater and watching everything. So it is quite cool to look at. He's on land today, he's taking the day off. That's essentially our crocodiles taking the day off and basking out in the sun for a little bit. So he's having a lazy Tuesday, which is, perfectly fine for him. So next door to Leo, we have our breeding pair, which is William and Kate. So Kate is the royal couple. There we go. So Kate is 3.5 metres, so she's fully grown. And William is just under 5 metres. So he's got a bit of growing to do. Because like I was saying before, they can reach up to 6 metres in length. So Katie, she's actually getting ready for breeding season, and we'll pop a nest right at the back of their pen for them, so that Katie can build that nest and lay her eggs when wet season comes. We then take those eggs out. If they were to hatch in there, William would eat the babies, which is not great. He's not a great father. They're also not great partners either. So Bert, we know, has had 3 girlfriends. And by saying had, we've eaten 3 girlfriends. So he's had a bit of a snap on his ladies. So we don't put any females in with our other crocodiles because they're not very nice to them. So William and Kate have been together for around 15 years, which is quite remarkable. Found a winning combination with these two. And yeah, they're super friendly towards one another, which is quite unusual for crocodiles. Yeah, so when we take those eggs out, we'll incubate them and hopefully hatch some babies towards the start of next year. So that'll be pretty exciting. We'll see what happens. Katie's about 70, so around her age, egg production kind of slows down a bit. So in her younger years, she may be laying around 50 eggs, whereas now she's laying about 20. So hopefully, it'll be that again this year. But again, we don't know when the females stop being fertile. So it is, again, we're still learning about our crocodiles and we're still continuously learning about them. So that's what's good about Croc Cove is the crocodile scientists that come in and see us do love it because it is clear water. You can see what they're doing and their behaviour, but also you're still learning from them and their behaviours here as well. Yeah, William's coming out to say good day. It is a tooth, so it's not through his nostril. They've actually got 2 holes at the end of their nose disc for that purpose, for the 2 front teeth to stick through because of that intense pressure. Yeah, so he's got a bit of a snaggle tooth right at the front of his face there. So again, they're pretty much engineered for survival, and that tooth poking out just makes him a little bit more adorable as well. So we're going to go and watch our next crocodile being fed. So Barry is actually upstairs. If you'd like to take the lift, it's just behind.
See how it goes.
Crocodiles to do a big up, which means for them to stretch up nice and big and snap to the food. So it is essentially mimicking their hunting behaviour. Feed the smaller ones. So these little guys, they really don't know a lot about personal space. At this age, they're all about that herd mentality. So they're all about sticking together. So if you look at the size of Baru and look at the size of these guys, that's what they're up against in the wild. So instinctively, they do stick together. And you can see them piled on top of one another at the entrance to the water, and they really don't care at all. So we have some poles that are on the platform. We hook some meat on the end, and you guys can have a go at feeding them. So these guys are crocodiles from the age of 1. They will actually start to propel themselves out of the water using that tail of theirs to jump for their food. So we want to encourage them to do that, and it's also really fun to watch them jump for the food. So we'll have one of our lovely teachers give us a demonstration so that you guys know what to do. Most important thing is to not stick your arms over the perspex. They'll jump for them as well. So we want to make sure you come out with 10 fingers and your arms intact. They've got quite a nasty bite on them. So please don't stick your arms over. But yeah, you're more than welcome to have a go. So we have Dana to pop them in a feet on the end of the pole. And then we'll let you guys on in groups of 5 and you can have a go at feeding. So again, just chucking that string over the edge and waiting for a king crocodile to have the pole on it.
There we go.
There we go. So they are quite quick. Sometimes they grab onto it and you need to give it a bit of a pull. That's alright. The wire is nice and soft so the meat will just slip off. So if you guys want to have a go, you can follow me downstairs and take you over to the centre.
Yeah, I'll wait up here.
well, it does take a lot of energy for them to jump, so we want to make sure they are rewarded for it. So we'll let you guys on first.
See these ones will bite. It's an amazing experience. There's so many crocodiles over here, and baby ones. So they're sleeping on top of each other. Stop to have a go. Thank you very much. Would you be able to record me as I do it? Thank you very much.
Is that on?
I believe that one's on. Thank you. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you. This is pretty cool. I can say they have a farm smell. Oh yeah. Thank you.
To the perfect body shape and body form. They are perfectly designed to do what they do, which is capture prey. There is no better form for them to do that in, which is why they haven't evolved anymore for such a long time.
See Crocosaurus Cove in the heart of Darwin City.
Welcome to Darwin. At the northern edge of Australia, the southern edge of Asia. A place where people from many different countries and cultures have come together and have lived a very special human adventure. In a land where for 100 million years, time has stood still for the fearsome saltwater crocodile. Where first Australians have lived for time immemorial. Where newcomers came to harvest the land. Crocodiles and crocodile hunters. Buffalo and buffalo shooters. Hurlers and miners and cattlemen. It's a place that has welcomed people from the south and from the north, where those people have been thrown together to live new and different.
I can say you have a nice herd of crocodiles over here. And I can see that these crocodiles stick together because of the infestations of the other crocodiles which are bigger, and when they have numbers I realise that the bigger crocodiles will stay away. I realise that crocodiles are scared of small crocodiles in packs. I mean crocodiles that are big. You can see crocodile eggs, which are also velociraptor eggs. I mean, they're different, although you can see it's different. You can see it's similar. I mean, how close you can get to a crocodile over here. Just watching and all over the place. See a beautiful colour. I mean, these crocodiles can bite your finger off. and then they can hurt you. You can actually go and see them through these holes. You can see them through the cylinders too. I actually have to try that. Got some echo here. You can see this one over here. How you doing? This one's sleeping. I'm surrounded by baby crocodiles. This one's got its mouth out. You want a piece of me? I see you. That's what you're doing. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? See how this goes.
I want to hold by the drop.
See the crocodile over here. See these ones are in water. These cylinders underneath. You can see the crocodile. You can see this one over here. See how that goes.